Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. So I've been promising this video for quite a while actually, since like at least 3 episodes ago. And that is the Canadian Canadian Democratic Tree. Now there's a lot of reasons why Canada is very strong in Hoy, and one of the reasons for that is because of their focus tree. Their focus tree gives them incredible buffs later on. It gets rid of a lot of things, and later on you just get so many factories. It's really good. But why you start off really weak as Canada is because of the Great Depression just completely murdering your industry, and that's why. Now, if you go fascist, you can maybe do something good by going to war with the USA, and if you go communist, well, you can also go to war with the USA, but it's a bit harder. So, today I will play the Democratic Canada, and I'm going to see if I can make something better. Also, real quick, Canada is actually extremely strong if you go in multiplayer, because in multiplayer you can get trade backs, and then since you only start with 3 civilian factories to build off, you can start extremely strong in multiplayer for trade backs, and you just completely beat everybody else out of the water. So, if you play a miner, play Canada. I recommend it highly. So finally, our Defense of Canada regulations has been unlocked because we need 20% of world tension. And they've changed it to only 35 days, which is also pretty good. So now I can finally go down here and start getting rid of the Great Depression. But I'm still going to be locked out of most of it because I need to get down here, and it needs to be at war for this to work. And now that we've got the Canada Wheat Board, which reduces our Great Depression massively, we actually have 10 factories to use, and I'm not trading anything, of course, but I could get more now if we get rid of all the things and we get to Alberta Coal Town. This is how it starts off being, and it gets even stronger and stronger along the way. Also, I'm Canadian, and I hate these provinces. Because Saguenay, I live in Saguenay, it's not in the middle of nowhere here. It's really not there. Also, the aluminum that we get, yeah, that's not enough. We should get more. We produce 40% of the aluminum during the war. So, I don't really like Canada in that regard, so I'll be honest. And there we go. The war has started, and I still don't have my first tank out, so that's gonna be something. But of course, we're gonna start giving the UK a lend-lease so I can get my independence up. So we're just gonna send him, you know, monthly of 90%. I think that works. And of course, as always, I have a very strong tank that just pierces through the enemy lines. But they are Italians, so it's not very it's not the best show of strength for the Canadian tanks, I'll be honest. But yeah, it's an pretty easy breakthrough, to be honest, as we can see. Blup, blup, blup. And let's enroll some Italians, because I think that'll help the war effort greatly, actually. We probably won't get to Tobruk in time, and I'm already running out of equipment. I'm already running out of fuel as well. So that's going to be it for my little tank, and that's going to be a lot of Africa. It's going to be a lot of Africa because there's no supply over here. And that means that Africa is finally done with. I kind of just rushed down, and it's 1941 now, but we kind of rushed over here and took everything. So we beat the original date of the capitulation. Now we just need to land in Italy, which I don't think that'll be much of a deal. I just need to like try to land in Palermo. We'll see how it goes there. Well, as usual, the Italians are not defending any part of their country, because why would they? It's very stupid to defend your country. And there was nobody in Catania, so I just naval invaded easily. No problem at all. We'll see if we're able to push across. I don't know right now. Might be a bit tough. We'll see. Now, I don't know if you can tell if I've done good in taking Italy. Also, this has just been me with my 2 tanks. They finally arrived. The Allies have finally arrived. But yeah, I mostly landed. I went through. I cleaned up a lot. So yeah, this is mostly me just going and going along. The Civil War will probably start off soon with the fall of Rome, but we'll see what comes of this. I'm just gliding through with my tanks as they're just extremely good. If you want to know my tank divisions, it's basically the same as always. There's no mechanized. I was thinking maybe try and mechanize this time, but I just went with the usual one since they cost less to do, and they work all as well as they usually would. It's basically the same thing. And now I'm finally independent, which means I just got one factory. Now I don't think this factory comes from that. I was just building some probably. But yeah, now I'm finally Canada with my beautiful flag. So now I can finally I can finally get actual stuff in the war, even though I've only contributed 6%. Even though I've done a lot more than most people, like capturing Rome by myself. But apparently the U.S. has done 0%, so I wouldn't count them as being better, to be honest. So now we arrive at the best point of the game, the slow grind into Europe. Since we can't really do much, honestly, we're just kind of waiting in Italy because they just have so many troops here. It's amazing. We've killed a lot as well. We've killed about 1.4 million, 250k by myself. And they just have so many left. Like, it's incredible. But I think we've given the Soviets a bit of help, as they haven't even pushed to Kiev yet. So I think the Soviets are in a pretty good position to probably push back as well. I know this is just the AI, and I probably shouldn't be happy about this, but you know, I'll try to find wherever I can find good points. You know. And there we go, there's the Civil War for Italy. I have kept the territory because, I mean, come on, it's Italy, right? They'll probably switch sides again during the middle of the war. I finally got my fuel sorted out because I finally did Turner Valley oil field, which was one of my biggest concerns because I was just producing oil just a bit too slow. And we've actually, they still have a lot of men, but I've killed more and more doing little encirclements. But we're going to keep on going and see what we can do of this new situation. It's taken us a while, but we finally entered Germany. It's yeah, it's been a long way from here, and I actually have 4 tanks, and I'm building a lot faster. I have like 38 factories on stuff. As you can see, Canada has been strong, and I haven't even done most of these down here that give me way more. But yeah, as I told you, as soon as you can commit to war and you get into war, you just start snowballing pretty fast. I'm also a major in the war right now. As you can see, I have the little gold border, which means I'm a major. So yeah, it shows that I'm actually pretty strong, and I'm actually pushing most of here right now. I still only have like 5% world participation, but now that I'm getting into Germany, that will probably change soon. And France we haven't even gotten Paris yet, but we've gotten all of Vichy down mostly. So I'm just gonna rush towards Berlin, because that's what we gotta do to win the war. Let's do a test. Can my tanks arrive in Berlin faster than the Russians? I mean, my tanks are already a little bit under equipped and stuff. They're missing a bit of org actually even. So maybe they'll never arrive in time. Let's just see if they can blitz through Germany. Yeah, they can. We've basically eliminated 11. We've eliminated 11 million Germans. I've done 133,000 of those. So yeah, we've definitely killed the German army pretty well. There's almost no reason why Germany is still standing at this point. And yeah. Berlin, there we go. It's ours. You know, trucking into Moscow, that meme made by Isoro. How about tanking it to Berlin, right? Yeah, tanking. Yeah. You get it. It makes sense. It's funny. Just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it too much. And that's the end of the war right there. So now I can't take much land as I am. I only had 7% participation. As you can see, I only have 400 points. While most of the countries have above 900, but U.S. doesn't even have that much. So I think I can take some things. We'll see what I can get. And that is the end of the war. Probably NATO will be formed soon enough. I don't know when, though. Probably the Treaty of Brussels will be sent soon. But that is how Canada is one of the strongest nations. Just make 4 tanks, 4 medium tanks, and just roll them around. Especially these tanks are extremely strong, and they get they don't really get boosts from Canada. They don't have boosts like Canadian things, but you can get some research buffs along the way. And if you want, you can get mechanized faster than discussed, because you get boosts here. I could get this one ahead of time and make really good medium tanks. But motorized are good enough for as well. If you really want to make like really good ones that can't get pierced ever, make them with mechanized instead of motorized. But yeah, that is how Canada is extremely strong as democratic, because the war starts whenever, and you're far away from all the war, so you can just kind of build up slowly. There's probably better ways, and there's ways to make you gain strength faster than before. But like I said, in multiplayer, Canada is extremely strong, and I would recommend to play it if you are going to play a miner in multiplayer. I would recommend playing Canada, since like I said, they are extremely strong and they can impact the war a lot. Anyways, that is all for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.